Hey guys, welcome to a very special video where I am testing out the Onewheel XR Classic, the brand new board from Future Motion. I'm going to do a comparison with the GT. I'm going to take in some nudges, some bonks, and some reverts, and just generally talk about the feel of it. And my first kind of 20 minutes in experience just riding it. Now, as you can see, I'm on the recurve route, and quite nice. I'll be honest, in the beginning, I wasn't too keen on them. I was finding the nose dipping really low, but I played with the settings, I went into delirium, I turned up some of the aggressiveness and stuff, and I'm actually starting to really like it. But there's something we need to talk about, Future Motion. This isn't your software, is it? I know, and you know where you got it from. Guys, Future Motion has taken the software from Vesc and they've put it into their own board. This is a Vesc. If you blindfolded me and said, what's this board? The way it's riding, the way it sits, the way it turns, I'll show you that one in a bit. You go, that's a Vesc. It doesn't feel like any board they've made before. Is it better? I don't think so. I think they've kind of messed it up, to be honest. Let's have a play around, see what we think, and we'll see what it can do. No, I'm really excited to see how it does against the GT, so that's going to be an interesting one. On the Vesc boards, you can turn such a tight circle, you can go on the edge of the tire. It's great fun spinning a circle. Now, if you try that on the FM boards, you always get the corners of the nose clipping. So, there's that from Vesc. But like I said, I'm really enjoying it in delirium. Let's start off the speed test. Let's see how fast we can get this bad boy up to. Only in this tiny little bit, it's about 40 meters long. It's not the longest one in the world, but let's see if that thing's got torque and acceleration. All right, let's go. Cool, so let's start off with the speed test. We're on the GT right now. See what we can get up to as a visual. Right, let's go. Go on, send it. Where's the inner harness? About 20 there. That's not bad, not bad. Okay, let's head back up and let's see what we can do with the XR Classic. So I'm sure all you want to see what a speed test is like in this, so let's really throw it and let's see how fast we get. Let's go! Come, turning my head again. What do we get up to there? About 21.5? It's not bad. Not the slowest board, not the fastest board. It's nothing compared to some of the best out there for sure. It's a lot slower than that. You know, it's alright. It's the very similar speed to what I get on my XR and my GT, so it's not really any improvement on that sense. I easily hit 21, 22 on those still, so, and they don't have active buzz. Let's try some tricks. Alright, reckon we should give it a bonk. As usual, got my favourite block, like Harrison bunk block. Love this thing. Let's see how the XR Classic does on it. Bodie, this one's to you, bro. Oh, scary. Alright, now let's try some reverse in the XR Classic. Oh! Fucking hell. Now that felt very Vesc. The way it turned me out there, I'm just like, oh, okay. If you didn't tell me this was an FM board, I'd be swearing to God this is the best right now. But hey, let's give this reverse another try. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, that's like, I can just feel the motor kicking in like I was having on one of the Vesc tunes ages ago. It feels so Vesky, but just low powered Vesc. It's really interesting, the whole new software update with this one. You know, I can see the similarities between the GT and the XR. This is just a completely different board. Cool, let's try some reverse on the GT to compare. It's so solid. The nose just holds, it doesn't feel it enough. It's so much easier. So much easier. Like that one's just trying to whip me off. Cool. I think the bonks and now the reverts have both got to go to the GT. Let's see how they do nudging. Cool, so what I feel the difference between the GT and the XR Classic, in terms of nudging, this feels like a Vesc. You have taken so much software from Vesc and put it into this and then tuned it way down so you can't go fast. I'm just left with so many questions. But you saw there, I don't need to even pop, it just rides you up like classic Vesc, whereas that, and GT, I'm still, you know, nudging a bit over. In terms of how to pick one, but this isn't FM anymore, this is Vesc. I don't know if I can even call it an FM board anymore. That's an FM board, the GT. Let's see how they vary on drops. Got this nice little drop here behind me. Let's see how they land, how they feel, and if they get away clean. If this is going to do what I think it's going to do, then the Classic's probably going to win this one, but we'll see. Anything could happen. Ooh, sketchy. So dropped. So the GT performed really nicely as always. Not as good as my Classic favourite XR, or not the XR Classic, but the OG XR. Did what I expected. This, proper shaky on the landing. You might have seen that, it's like, yeah, I don't know why. I think we're going to have to hit that again for a fair comparison. So is it just me, or does anyone else absolutely hate these concave foot pads on the front from Future Motion? They took 3 or 4 times to even activate them. They're not good, guys. Please stop doing them. Alright, so to give it a fair one, the second time, it's only the first second time I've ever dropped on it, so the second time felt a lot more comfortable, it felt a lot more XR-y, very solid. It's interesting. Which one can I pick for that? I can't. I've got to give it a draw on that one. They're both good in their own right. This because it feels like a Vesc, and the GT because it just stays flat. It's nice, and probably because I'm used to it. But yeah, I can't pick a winner out of those two. Cool. So final thoughts. What do I really think of this board, and would I get one? You know what? Over this video, it's growing on me, man. I do actually quite enjoy riding it. I'm not against it. It is kind of fun. Is it a Future Motion one wheel? No, 100% not. This is a Vesc software one wheel. If you put me on this board blindfolded, didn't tell me if it was Vesc or Future Motion, the way it turns, the way it reacts, the way it acts off shove it, I'd say it's a funny tune on a Vesc board because it just has so much in common with the way it feels, which is kind of weird, but then it's tuned down, so it's like a slow Vesc board. Kind of annoying, but there's definitely the Vesc software in there. Tried to rewrite it themselves and got very close, so I think that's really interesting. Would I buy one? Probably not personally. I mean, if you're looking for a first board, you don't want something as chunky as the GT or as fast as the GTS, get this. If you think about getting a GT, probably go for the XR Classic. If you're going to get a GTS, you want extra speed, you're going to be bored with this, don't bother. If you want something really fast you can customize, again, just get a Vesc, don't get bothered with this. You've got your float wheels, you've got your X7 for engineers, and then you've got all the people doing DIY themselves out there. It's not a bad board, I'll be honest. I think it's better than when they released the Pints and stuff, or the Pint S and then the Pint X. But would I have this board if someone was to give it to me, or to get it very cheap? It's not a bad board. It's nice and it's easy, and it's a, you know, plug in and go, and the FM boards, they are reliable. So I didn't say no to it, but am I going to buy one brand new? Nah. Basically, I've got enough. If you're a first time buyer, first time looking at a board, I think this is perfect for you. Now, whether you want the rails and stuff, that's a whole different thing, because you have to mess about with settings, get it feeling nice. It's a good board, man. I can't complain. It's a lot better than I thought it was at the beginning when I first got on it, because that nose was just sitting so low, I constantly thought it was about to crash. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed it, drop us a like, drop us a comment. Always really appreciate the channel. Follow on Instagram, the Onewheeler. If you're in the UK, join the official biggest UK community of one-wheelers, One Wheel UK Floaters. So that's the big hub for it. If you need anything, always feel free to hit me up. If you're struggling to learn any tricks or skills, hit me up and we can try and do some one-to-one coaching. As I've always said for many, many years, just be a part of the community, be nice, and appreciate what people have done. Have a good one.